everyone. It's Pastor Steve here again for our Monday Minute for November the 9th of 2020. I've got a few announcements that I want to go through here today before we get to our devotion of a lot of great things that are happening in the life of our church as we continue to go through this time of pandemic. First of all, our kids' Christmas shopping program for St. Francis began yesterday on November the 8th. You have the opportunity to sign up for a name or a couple of names if you would like to shop for those kids so that they can enjoy a nice Christmas and have something that they can open up. We've been participating in this event for over 20 years now, and we're wanting to continue to do that so that we can still be in mission. So check out our webpage there where you can find those names that are listed under our upcoming events, sign up for a name, and then do your shopping for them. All of those gifts we do need to have collected by December the 8th, so we have about a month or so to make sure to get that done. Also, you'll find on our webpage under the upcoming events our Thanksgiving signups that are available. If you would like to help donate for our revised Thanksgiving dinner, you can make those donations or commit to that on our webpage. Also, if you are in need of a carry-out meal for Thanksgiving dinner, you can make your reservation on the webpage as well under our upcoming events. So we hope to, again, still be in mission and continue to provide Thanksgiving dinner just in a new and a different way. This Sunday, our fall stewardship campaign ends with our Vision 2020 version 2.1 series coming to a conclusion. Over the next week, we're going to be asking you to prayerfully consider making your commitments not only to rebooting 2020 with your extra mile giving, but also for our vision for 2021. We want to make sure that we can keep our commitments of paying our ministry shares for our outgoing missions here in the church for 2020, but also to have a clear vision in our new reality for the year 2021 coming up. Please check your mail for the stewardship packets that will be arriving this week. You can also make your pledge and your reboot offering online at our webpage under our Giving tab, and you'll find all of that information. We will be in prayer for you this week when we ask you to please be in prayer for all of us and for your church as we forge ahead with a renewed vision in our new reality and how we can make our current year still a success and how we look forward to fulfilling our mission in the year 2021. Lastly, I want to remind you that we will be starting a new sermon series for Advent called Incarnation. That is based on the new book and study that is out by the Reverend Adam Hamilton of the United Methodist Church of the Resurrection. This will be a congregation-wide event that is going to involve every facet of our ministries. It will include virtual learning opportunities for all age groups from our children to our youth and several adult studies as well, and will be encapsulated each week as we come together for worship on Sunday morning and as we share in exploring the names of Jesus and what his incarnation means for us and for the world. It's also a chance for us to unite as a congregation as we find ways to be connected, even as we see our pandemic infections increasing across the state and across our nation. Look for those events that we'll be making available again through our webpage and social media, as well as checking your email for that, as we're excited to bring this new sermon series and this study to you during this very special time in our world as we celebrate Advent and we look forward to Christmas and the birth of Christ once again. For our devotions today, I wanted to share this passage from the Apostle Paul's letter to the Philippians from the 4th chapter. And in it he concludes by saying, "Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence and if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Keep on doing the things that you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, and the God of peace will be with you." In this past week, we've experienced a lot of ups and downs. I spoke about the importance of civility as our election day approached last week in our Monday Minute. And last Wednesday, I broadcast live from Detroit along with Reverend Gassaway and Reverend Paul Perez and several others, reminding us that we as a people need to be patient as we allow democracy to work and to let our democratic process play out in a peaceful way during the election. Eventually, we did learn who the winner was on Saturday as Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have been elected our next president and vice president. But while all of this was going on, something else was happening too. We as a state and as a nation have set new records for the amount of daily COVID cases. Our death toll continues to climb as we approach 240,000 Americans that have lost their lives to this virus and well over 7,000 here in the state of Michigan. Many people are experiencing COVID fatigue, and our resolve is dwindling, and quite frankly, we just don't want to do it anymore. I understand that, and in many ways, I'm right there with you. It's tiring. We're having to remember to keep our distance, remember to wear our masks, to make conscious decisions not to go out just for the sake of going out and being separated from our family and our friends and our loved ones more than we have ever been used to. Add on to that the politicization of a virus, and this makes for a terrible mixture of our politics, our health, and yes, even our faith. We need to have a hard dose of truth right now when it comes to not only how we treat one another, which includes our politics, our health and safety, and our faith. Our faith is informed by the truth of what God has given us, but also in the wisdom that God has imparted on us as beings created in God's image. That wisdom helps us to discern what is true and honorable and just and commendable. Labeling and calling people names because of how they voted, following health and safety guidelines, and using faith to justify our own prejudices is not biblical, nor is it the way of Jesus. We have a mandate from Jesus to care for one another and to lift up those who are the least of these, which includes being safe and to do our part to help stop the spread of the virus. And I know that many of you do this as based on our responses to our survey that we took earlier on in the year. But we must also remain diligent to help protect those who decide for whatever reason to ignore these things. Love demands nothing less of us. We are in what is a season of Thanksgiving in our country. And in just a few weeks, we will begin a new season of Advent where we will welcome the newborn Jesus, remembering that he too, like all of us, came into this world vulnerable and helpless, needing the care of his parents and family in order just to be able to survive and thrive and fulfill his mission. Now more than ever, we need to be the example this Advent, and we need to rejoice in the good news and to give thanks, and we must take care of one another. No one is saying this is easy. It's not. We have all had to change drastically what we have done in this time, and in this new season, this will be no different. But by staying apart, taking our precautions, we can help ensure that we stop the spread of this virus, and that we pray that as new treatments are developed and as a new vaccine is on the horizon, we must also treat one another with civility and respect. In these divided times, love demands nothing more. When we seek what is true, what is honorable, recognizing Christ in our sister and our brother, we can let our behavior be a model rather than a consequence of where we are in the world right now. Let's continue to seek that truth together in these days and in these weeks that are to come. Till then, have a blessed week. Join us for our Commitment Sunday as we conclude our stewardship campaign on November 15th, and check back here next week for another edition of our Monday Minute.